Hi, my beautiful friends. I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki, here to talk kitchen linens drawer organization in a very intentional way. Many of you may know that I started giving out the first Friday of each month a free organizing guide for a mini win in a space in your home or your life or work. And so, what the purpose is for me to really be able to share with you a deep dive into taking just a small corner of a space in your home and being really intentional about setting long-term organization. It's a guide that walks you through it, and I hope that you find it helpful and something as a collectible where you can kind of put in a binder or save digitally, and you can always reference it. You can use it in your family meetings as a tool to train the family on kind of the organization of the home. So let me know in the comments if you found it helpful so far, and it's totally free. And I'll put the link in the description box below so that you can grab yours. And then each first Friday of the month, look for your new guide to come out so that you can add it to your collection. And that can even be your goal for the month. So not only can it serve as that tool to help you get those spaces in order and very intentionally, but it can also serve as your schedule for doing it. So I hope that is helpful. So friends, since this month's guide is on organizing your kitchen linens, let's jump in. And all of the guides are really derived from my home. And so I really want to take you in and show you kind of my mindset on how I think when I'm organizing. So this first section here, this is where I keep what I call my kitchen towels. And by the way, I have kind of 7 categories that I like keeping in this drawer. And by thinking in categories, it helps you understand what to put in the drawer, where to put it in the drawer, and it helps keep it orderly. Now, kitchen towels are your hardworking towels. Those are those typically waffle weave, terry cloth. They're very durable, often the ones that are scuffed up and, they're the workhorses, the best way to say it, of your kitchen linens. And so I keep them all together. Now, how I fold them, let me show you real quick. Some people, depending on you have a narrow drawer or your drawer's not as deep, rolling works just fine. It allows you to see all your inventory and you can roll them. A lot of people do that. But how I like to do it is I like to use like a file folder system so that I can look and they look like file folders sitting in the box. So when I made the decision of what drawer was going to be my kitchen linens drawer, I chose a deeper drawer because I wanted to be able to have that system to kind of file them in. So let me show you how I fold them, because it's, typically when you think folding your linens, it's just a standard fold, yes, but it's how I do it that makes it kind of beautifully organized. So I fold them as a team. So what I do, because your kitchen towels are different sizes. Some may be longer, some may be wider, but when they're in the drawer, I want them to look like they're the same, And so what you want to do is you want to fold everybody's first fold together. So as you can see here, I'm doing the kind of long way, folding over once, then folding over again. This allows me to make sure that everybody is the same width. So I'm making sure that they're all the same width. Even though you see here, one is longer, one is shorter, they're still the same width, because that's the important part. And by folding them as a group, once I have everything fold like that, I just start folding over into my quarters. And by doing that, in the end, what helps everybody to be or look like they are the same size, they look very cohesive, and it's simple. And so it's not anything that you have to kind of overthink. When you start building these routines, it just comes naturally. When you take them out the laundry, you fold them that way, it just becomes a natural part of how you do it. And so right here is where all of those workhorse kitchen towels are. And so the next section are my tea towels. Now, when it comes to tea towels, these are more of your lightweight towels, things that you use for baking. Like say you're baking bread and you need a tea towel to put over it while it rises, or you want to put a cute tea towel by your coffee bar for cleanups. These are those lighter weight towels that you want to keep in their own section. And why I like keeping my things separate is because I use them in different ways, along with it helps with the longevity. Now this next section here, this is where I call my entertaining towels. These are those tea towels that are more pristine. They're ironed, they're clean, they don't have any stains on them. The ones that when you have company over and you want to set up a little wine and cheese station, you can put a pretty tea towel out, you grab from right here. So do you kind of see why it's important to keep things separate so that Number one, you can see your inventory for each, but it makes it easy to use. Now down below here is where I have kind of my seasonal tea towels, and I keep them at the bottom. I don't typically like to stack things because I feel like they can get lost, but when it comes to things like that, I don't mind because I automatically know my kitchen. I know where my seasonal tea towels are, and it's the perfect location for them. And by the way, these boxes that I'm using are from IKEA, and they work perfect in these drawers. Now my next category are my oven mitts, and oven mitts that I prefer are the ones, the KitchenAid ones. Many of you know I love them because they're that kind of silicone. They're easy to wipe down. I find when I have the cloth ones, which I do have some cloth ones that I use only for like backups when I have company that are cooking with me in the kitchen and things. But these right here, guys, I've had them ever since I've been in this house, and they still look new. They work. Another essential that I do like having in my mitt section is a double oven mitt. I learned about this when I first moved to England several years ago. It's great pulling those casserole pans out of the oven, so it might be worth it to have one in your collection. These here, I'm not a fan of the cloth ones. I feel like they get burned easy. They start looking ratty easy, so I save the ones that I have for more so when kids are up and we're cooking in the kitchen, or you know, my mom's up or anything, and I need spare mitts for, you know, my friends and, you know, all of us cooking in the kitchen. So they kind of stay towards the back, but these are the ones that I grab all of the time. So kitchen mitts is that category. The next one here is I have here my drying mat. I see a lot of times in folks' kitchen, they keep their drying mat on the counter, but to me, that just provides visual clutter. Just kind of, I like a clean countertop. And so I have a home for my kitchen, my drying mat, and that's the linen drawer. It just makes sense. And I fold it up if I need it. I don't always hand wash dishes. I use my dishwasher a lot, but that's there. And below that is where I keep my spare aprons. My apron is kept hanging in my butler's pantry, but I like having a spare apron for when, again, I have friends and we're cooking in the kitchen together, or families up during the holidays. It's nice to have those spare aprons, and they're right there in the back tucked away. Now this doesn't belong in here. My mom had gave me that, but you'll notice that I don't keep dishcloths in my linen kitchen drawer. I keep them under the sink in the drawer because of convenience. It just made more sense for me. And sometimes you have to make those little tweaks that just work, and that just works. So I'll move this one over there. But my mom loves this dishcloth. She's given so many to so many folks. The next category I have are my bread and bowl covers. And these are those linen covers that you put over your bowl, which we'll be using. You guys know it's summer, springtime to keep the bugs out when we're entertaining outside and eating outside. And so what I do when I go to fold them, I like for them to look just cutesy when they're in the linen drawer. And the easiest way I have found is just to fold them over in half, because you know they have the elastic in the center, and then fold into a quarter. And then I just kind of ruffle it up like a little flower. Again, it's a thinkless fold once you build that routine, but then when I go to put it down in my drawer, it just looks cute. And when I put things, I'm very intentional about making sure that you can clearly see each category. It helps me easily put things back, the family put things back, and it just makes it so that everybody has its home. If I just kind of put everybody in, it gets all mixed up, and then next thing you know, you're using a tea towel as your kitchen towel, and you know, it's the wear and tear. So it really helps by giving everybody their own bed to lay in, and so really keeps it streamlined there. And then also you'll notice that I turn things vertically and horizontally and just kind of different ways. That helps me visually see what is what. Like I know these are my kitchen towels. I know those are my tea towels. I know those are my entertaining tea towels. And so it really just helps me easily be able to just one look identify where things are going. But you know, this is a drawer where people don't think a lot of times to be intentional with, but in every space in our home, we want to be intentional, whether it's a double oven mitt or, you know, whether it's a spoon, whatever the case may be. We want to be intentional about those things in our home. So I hope that you'll use this guide to help you reset that linen drawer. And by the way, I want to say, some people, we don't have a linen drawer. I've had just years where I haven't had a linen drawer. Baskets can serve as a drawer in your kitchen. So you may have to create your categories in little baskets and then keep them in a shelf in the counter or in the pantry. The beautiful thing about baskets, it allows you to categorize, and people don't even know what it is. But you know, you could have all your linens in this basket with your dishware and no one would know the difference, and it looks cohesive and it looks beautifully organized. So I want to remind you, if you did not get your free organizing guide for June, it's about the kitchen linens. I'll put the link down below. I put these out every month. This is the second month I've done it. So I hope that you have been enjoying it. For everyone who's grabbed theirs, let me know in the comments if you have found it helpful, if you find it useful. I so hope so. But again, I want to stress to you that it's the link is in the description box down below if you want to grab your free guide. I hope that guys have found this helpful, and I hope that you will task yourself with reassessing and being very intentional in your kitchen linens drawer or cabinet or wherever you decide that that's going to be the place where you keep your kitchen linens in your home. Have a beautiful day, my friends. I will see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.